rAVe Radio. With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and raves with Gary K.
Hey everyone, this is Gary K. Welcome to another pre-InfoComm edition of my Rants and Raves video cast. Today I'm joined with Zec Voislav, who is the product development director at WyreStorm. You know them as WyreStorm.com. Zec and I, you and I talked at ISE, and at ISE you're really focused on USB solutions, really focused on collaboration, and you're going to continue that theme. And I think you've got some pretty cool products coming out at InfoComm, starting with a new PTZ camera and a USB hub kind of product.
Yes. Yeah. So as we talk about on ISC, we are going into that direction of getting the whole solution, not just a box with a bunch of inputs and outputs. We are trying to provide the full solution, and we are going to that direction. This year on InfoComm, we are going to showcase our new PTZ camera, first 4K PTZ camera. We used to have, we have PTZ camera still, but it's a 1080p.
Right.
Now this one is a 4K camera. It comes with two models. So we have a normal HDMI and USB camera, but also there is a model that supports NDI. So these two cameras are going to be start shipping out very soon. And this is why we are giving the camera as an option to have the full solution of the really nice meeting room. Also, when it comes to the cameras, you were mentioning that USB hub or USB bridge that we are going to showcase this year on InfoComm. It's the CAM 0402 bridge. It's basically a 4-input device, so it can receive like 2 HDMI and 2 USB cameras at the same time. And then you can output it through HDMI or through USB. So now if you have your Teams or Zoom meeting, your computer is going to detect that bridge as a single camera input, but it can show 4 cameras at the same time.
So basically you hook it up to your laptop with one USB cable, and it gives you access to all 4 cameras simultaneously.
4 cameras.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So really exciting things because we want to provide the full solution together with our 640 and 0402 presentation switches. Now you will be able to connect your USB cameras, a PTZ camera, multiple camera. We know that multi-camera systems are really popular now. These cameras are AI driven, so there is a built-in AI for speaker tracking and different types of how you want to control this camera. So really exciting things to show on InfoComm.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I think having that USB bridge is going to be a critical product for you, and it does allow you to make it a full system with, BYO. You're playing right into the BYOM and BYOD trend. You're going to be in booth 3411. Now, another thing I know about that you haven't talked about is what you're about to do with NDI, and NDI, of course, is getting a lot of, I'd say, somewhat hype on the broadcast to Pro AV side, but there really are some really good applications for NDI where you don't need real time. You don't need real time display, like when you're sending content outside of a room into another set of rooms, and you've got a really neat application, a product that you're bringing in, that you're going to bring in multiple NDI sources and even bring it into your multiviewer. Talk about that for just a second.
Yeah, so we were talking about NDI. NDI is getting a lot of attention. I have feeling on AV industry overall, and we were thinking about how we should bring it in, but not cannibalize our AV over IP because.
Sure. Well, your AV over IP though is 1 gig, and
Yes.
you can do real time. In other words, if I hook up my laptop to a projector, I'm going to see real time connectivity. With NDI, there's going to be a little bit of a delay in that application. Yeah.
So we were thinking about what should we do, and now the approach we chose is that we have a single device, a really simple single device. We call it a gateway that you connect to the network with a single cable. And now with this gateway, you can convert up to 8 NDI inputs into our AV over IP, our network HD system. So still you can use our API, our controller.
Yeah.
You can use our cloud system to monitor all these sources with a single device. So now, once I have my NDI cameras all over the place, and I take that input, convert to NHD, and then I can send to my NHD receivers, as you mentioned, our NHD multiviewer.
Yeah. That's why I think you're going to, because now you've created sort of a command center for AV over IP.
Yeah, and now I can show all 8 inputs at the same time simultaneously on our multiviewer. And our multiviewer, it's NHD 150 RX. That multiviewer can show up to 9 sources at the same time, regardless of the layout. So you can change the layout, you can show the different size of screens. So I think with this, the approach that we took is really, really good. And there is also a way to send back one source. So 8 inputs, and then you can send back one output. So basically you can take that multiviewer, so you make the multiview, send it back to the same
As a
device,
source. Yeah.
and create an NDI source.
Yeah.
And broadcast it wherever you want.
Yeah. So I see applications like command and control to set sort of like as a command center for a whole AV over IP install, but also esports. I see this as an application for esports because in the case of like live esports events, it doesn't have, it's mostly, you're not showing the audience the content live. You're showing it delayed anyway, because that way you have no cheating for the player. So I think there's another application there. I don't know if you've thought about that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the need of the NDI is as you already know, NDI is more used in those broadcasts environments, and I think with this solution we are gonna really bring more attention to our AV over IP solution.
Yeah, all this is at WyreStorm.com, WyreStorm.com, and they're going to demonstrate all this in booth 3411. Zach, I appreciate this preview. This is awesome. This definitely gives people a reason to go by your booth at InfoComm. I mean, they should anyway, but ultimately they're in everything's in one giant hall in Orlando, which is nice. So it's booth 3411. Zach, I appreciate you joining me and doing this.
No worries. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and I'm looking forward to see you at InfoComm.
I will see you. I'll be there next week. Thanks for watching, everyone. Of course, all of our InfoComm coverage is in one place at ravepubs.com/InfoComm always. Have a great day, everyone.